and start singing.
And we are live? Maybe? I'm gonna assume so. What's up, everybody? What's up, Grumpy Bear? I see you out there in the chat. Hello, sir. I believe you were a sir, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. I don't. Whatever.
Yeah,
But
what's up, Grumpy?
hey, we are here for the early show. We're joined by Bjorn and Corey. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Right on, right on. Sent an invite out to Duke, but he's busy, pre-holiday stuff. So we'll see if anybody else. I send a couple of their invites out, so we'll see who else joins in. But yeah, early show. I did have a topic technically to bring to tonight's chat, but did want Duke in on that one. It was another one of those situation things. So I figured in lieu of that, I know Matt will be, or I'm sure Matt will be covering tomorrow night on the chat about Black Friday deals and stuff like that. But I probably won't. Well, I know for a fact I won't be on tomorrow night's chat. So figured, fuck it, I'll do some Black Friday deal stuff on my end. So, well, Grumpy, if you ever want a link, just hit me up on Discord. Because that's literally where I communicate with everybody. So hit me up on Discord, and I will fire you over a link sometime. Well, for the next chat. But yeah, figured I'd ask you guys. Have you guys seen any Black Friday deals coming out that you're interested in?
Only Black Friday deals that I've seen so far that I actually took advantage of were those $40 Crossfire optics from Vortex, and then I got one of the Spark optics from Vortex as well. So I got 3 of them on the way. And other than that, I've seen a couple of decent deals on firearms, and like they had a Blim PSA dagger. Yeah, dagger for what was it? 299 beans, and it was optic ready and everything. And it came in that gunmetal gray, so it wasn't that plain black crap, boring black.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. There's some. I mean, obviously PSA is going to have pretty good deals right now. I forget who I was seeing. The other Classic has sent me I've got quite a few emails from Classic. I'm gonna be honest. Have not been super impressed with anything I saw. I saw some police trade-in stuff, like Glocks, but they're like Gen 4, Gen 5. They weren't terrible priced for a used Glock, I guess, but I was like, okay, whatever.
Nothing that screams Black Friday deal. That's like a normal deal, in my opinion. It's what most everything has been.
Same. What's up, Roland Trip? Grumpy says SKD Tactical has some decent deals. What's up, Glass 3222? SKD Tactical. I am not familiar. Let's see what SKD.
I know Delta Team Tacticals also has some pretty decent deals.
Is that
Ohio was telling me about some of them the other night when we bought optics.
When I put in SKD Tactical, it comes up with a Army Navy store in New York. That can't be right. I feel like that's not true. SKD, let's see what we got here. Landon Tactical, 15% off. Well, it's not terrible, I guess.
What I would consider Black Friday deals is something that's not usually at a lower price, like those optics, for instance. I mean, you got like $150 optic or so for $40. That's a Black Friday deal.
Yeah, something that's not usually at a lower price, or something that is so extremely much lower than normal. I mean, the good stuff is, like I'm checking out PSA right now. Like, if you want to build an AR, I know I've seen several places around selling lowers for between 79 and like 119, depending on the lower. Obviously, your more Gucci lowers are going to be more expensive, but
Mhm.
I mean, they're selling, you know, upper kits right now on PSA for like 350, 360. Um, it's Freedom line, but it's the 330. I'm not a huge fan of the Freedom line, but it is
I
what it
did
is.
notice that PSA has like pistol uppers without the BCG and the charging handle for $199.
Yep.
That's pretty good. And what did you, if you don't mind me asking, what did you pay for your APX subcompact?
300.
I just saw a deal. I have to go back in my emails, but it was $319 with a $100 rebate.
Oh, damn, that's a good deal then. Yeah, Grumpy says Aero Precision has some uppers. Yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's deals definitely going on. Like I saw again, I'm going off PSA just because that's what I have up right now. But they had the completed lowers for the dagger for like I think it was like 199 or something like that, or maybe it was $99.
It was 99, yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, from what I've been told, I don't know because I haven't played around with the dagger, but you can just put a Glock upper slide on that. So I mean, I know when I got my Glock upper, like completed upper slide, it was only I want to say it was only like 179 or something like that. So I mean, that's not a bad price. Um, you can kind of Gucciify it your way. I'm waiting for PSA to put a deal on the Jackal. Yeah, I was expecting to see a good deal on the Jackal, but I'm not seeing. I mean, it's what I would have loved to have seen. Let me see where else did I see something. Was it Atlantic maybe? It might have been Atlantic Firearms. Um, they had some stuff on there that I was like, oh, interesting. I mean, me myself, I don't know if I'm gonna buy anything online. It's all gonna depend on Friday. Like my plan is, um, Friday I'm gonna go up to my local gun shop up north, because they already said like, hey, we are gonna be doing Black Friday stuff. Like, keep an eye out. Just it's gonna be, keep an eye on their Facebook and stuff. So I'm gonna check them out on Friday, see what they got. If they got stuff that's great, awesome. I'll probably end up buying something. If nothing's really that amazing, then I might buy something online. I might not buy any. Who knows? But I'm kind of holding off till Friday to buy stuff. But if for whatever reason Atlantic Firearms isn't loading for me, I think maybe their site's crashing, or it could just be my work computer being shitty.
Is that the one that you were talking about had that Bobcat?
No. The Bobcat's one that's kind of down here by me, but not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not going. That shop's out of the way. Like if I'm down here, I can make a drive up to that shop when I'm actually down here for more than one day a weekend. But yeah, no, my other one, had a Bobcat 3 weeks ago, I want to say. It was almost like $400 they wanted for it. It was pricey.
Jeez.
Yeah. Was it 400? It might have been. It might have been like 3 something. Because I'm trying to, because they had the Tomcat. I think the Tomcats were closer to 400. The
It was
Bobcats, I
probably
think.
the newer ones then.
Yeah, the Bobcats were. Yeah, it wasn't like an old one and like a nice old box or anything like that. So.
Yeah, in those I think are 32 ACP and 22 LR if I remember. I've been looking for one in 25 ACP, just like the old
Yeah.
school black one.
Well, the Bobcats you could get in 22 and 25. The
Yeah,
Tomcats were 32, and I think they were also in 25, the bigger ones. But I know the Bobcats, they even came in like 22 shorts and stuff. So finally Atlantic loaded for me. I mean, they have some, I guess, what you would consider deals. Like they have, and Granted, a lot of their stuff's kind of whatever. Like they
Pricey.
have, like they have Draco pistols for $950. I mean, they got some surplus stuff that isn't horrible prices for today. I look at it, I'm like, ooh, I could have got that for so much cheaper back in the day. But I also have to be realistic and understand, like, those days are gone. I'm not going to get, cool stuff for super cheap anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what's on sale this week here. Yeah, the Jackal's a new release. The Jackal looks really cool. I want to see it go on sale. That's their version of, not really an AR. I guess it technically is, but it's like their folding stock 5.56 rifle. It's pretty cool from Palmetto, but Rolling Trips isn't trying to stay away from Silencer Shop. They typically have a couple awesome deals on suppressors. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that on my end. I just don't want to go through paperwork.
Yeah, I can't wait till the NFA's finally fucking.
That way I need to be.
Yeah. Grumpy says if you want an AK pistol, get a Palmetto. I wish I could. Well, I mean, I haven't checked to see if they have the Palmetto AK pistols in stock on their site or not. But so I'll have to look into that. But yeah. Oh, that's right. That's what I saw on. Was it?
Yeah, I think the best deals I've seen so far, just about on really anything, has been from PSA.
PSA's had some really good stuff. JG had nothing that I was impressed with. AIM Surplus didn't have anything I was impressed with. Yeah, like that's what I saw that I was interested in. Atlantic has a VZ61, the original Scorpion for $800. I just don't know if I want to spend $800 on that. But they're cool. So I'm like, maybe.
You talking about like the original Scorpion pistol?
Yeah. Like the Klob from GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so.
And this one comes with a threaded barrel, which is kind of weird, but it's also kind of cool. So I'm like, I already have a 32, so it's like, again, it's feeding that thing of like, oh, 2 is 1, 1 is none type aspect. But I'm like, I really don't need it, but I've always thought they were cool. Like, not practical, not really whatever, but I just think they're cool. So, Rolling Chip says Primary Arms. Let's see what Primary Arms has. There's a channel I watched the other day on YouTube that he goes through, like, every year he does all the like the Fleet and Farm, the Tractor Supply, like all those types of stores and their deals. And some of them had some good deals on, like, Heritage Rough Riders. They had some Rossi 22 rifle that was like right around $100 or less. I'm like, that's cool. Like, let's see. Ooh, Primary Arms. Unlock $20 off your first order if you sign up. Maybe. Probably not, though. We're going to go with probably not. Sale items. Let's see what Primary Arms has for sale. Look at Beretta's. Wait, hold up. Look at Beretta's Black Friday deals. $400 off $40, $50. I'm assuming you mean $40 off $400, $50 off $800. Beretta, like Beretta's like website, because that's. Oh yeah, Primary Arms has Aero Precision stripped lowers for 80 beans. I mean, back in the day that wasn't a deal, but like nowadays, kind of a deal.
Yeah.
And you can get one with.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can get one without the trigger, whatever guard thingamajiggy for, which usually your packs come with those anyways, like your lower parts kits. You can get one of those for $60. That's not terrible.
Yeah, Grumpy Bill say.
Yeah, and then
40% off to 50% off. 40% off 400 and 50% off 80.
Oh, 40 and 50. Okay. Ooh.
Not bad.
Hold up. I'm going to go check out Beretta's website right now. Because if that's the case. Hold up. Let's. Huh. Oh, God damn it. I gotta flip.
Wait a
Up
minute.
to 50% select items. Let's see what Beretta has. Now, if it's like fucking jackets and stuff, then I'm gonna be pissed because like I don't need a Beretta jacket.
Right.
No.
Hey, Angry, I'm gonna switch to my computer real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Second.
Rolling Trip says primary had a complete Anderson AR for 399 beans. Nice. That's a hell of a deal. That is a
for that
hell
much,
of a deal.
they're not bad.
Yeah, Beretta, 50% off your $800 order.
On what?
Okay.
The
Well, that's
guns
what I'm looking for because it's like I don't think you can't really buy guns right from Beretta's website. You can buy parts, you can buy holsters, you can buy all sorts of Gucci stuff, but you can't actually buy their firearms. So.
Oh, you said not Anderson.
You're saying that?
Yeah, boom.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Androcorp. I'm sorry. We're at $30 for a 30-round 92 FS mag. Yeah, he said never mind, it's all closed. I mean, it is mainly closed. Like, granted, yeah, you can get your holsters and stuff on Beretta. Like, you can get grips. You can get, hold up here.
The reason I switched my computer, I wanted to look up that email that I got about that the Beretta APX I was telling you about with the $100 rebate.
Yeah, where'd you see that? Because I did see, I think it was Classic had the APX carry, same one I have, but they wanted like $380 for it. I was like, well, now granted that's new. I was like, but I bought mine used, like, and when I say used, like, pretty much not touched, for $300. So, what was the other place I was looking? Why am I blanking on stuff? Oh, let's see what Buds has.
All right, now that I've found it, let me do something real quick.
Buds Guns, Black Friday. Let's see. Well, Cyber Monday deal. Let's see. See what their Cyber Monday deal is. No, I don't want to share my email. Fuck off. Oh, God. First thing that comes up. Sky.
Oh, you don't want a Sky? Come on, I thought everybody wanted a Sky.
I mean, high point for 199 or 129 beans. That's not bad.
I'll take the high point before I take a Sky.
The carbines are 239 beans. That's not a bad price, I suppose. I mean, man, that's not a. Huh. Not. Yeah. I mean, they don't really have anything up here for Black Friday stuff. It's all just Cyber Monday stuff right now. It looks like, unless let me go to their main page. Let me see if anything pops up on their main page. Nope, not really seeing anything. I'm also not spending a huge amount of time looking because I do want to. Oh, pre-Black Friday sale. Here, let's see what the pre-Black Friday sale is. See, I hate mail-in rebates. I don't know about you guys. Like, I've never bought a gun with a mail-in rebate, so.
I haven't either.
No, I haven't either.
So from people I know of, they're like, yeah, getting the rebates like always a pain in the ass.
Well, I
Midway
know
has
Honda.
some good optics deals. Okay.
Honda and
What
I
about?
were talking the other night and stuff when we bought those optics. He's like, I always forget to send in my rebate. So
That too. Like, I'm also super lazy. Like, I shouldn't say. Well, no, it is. It comes down to laziness. Like, I'm just gonna forget to like send that rebate in. I'm not gonna fucking remember.
yeah.
What did hold up?
Well, the
Roland
deal.
Tripp says I posted a great deal on Taurus TX22 on Matt's Discord under gun discussions. Let's see, gun discussions. Here we go.
That deal on the APX I saw on was it gunzonedeals.com?
Gun zone deals. Okay.
But I'm trying
Yeah,
to see if I can copy.
that is not a bad price on those TX22s. I've been wanting to get my hand on one of those TX22s. Like I saw one at my local the last time. Well, when I was up there, I bought my Mossberg. They had one, and I wanted to get my hands on, but like other people were looking around that case. I was just like, let's let them do their thing, like whatever. So, let's see here. Rebates are easy most of the time. You can do them online. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that. So,
check the private chat, Angry. I posted a link to it. See if it works.
yeah, it came up. Okay. 319 bones. That is not a bad price. And that's the carry. Fuck off. I don't know. You're and that's the carry 2 model, so that has the easier takedown. That's nice. That's cool.
That is nice for the
Yeah,
price.
if you scroll down, it tells you, it shows you, or it tells you about the mail-in rebate. So ends up being $219 at the end for.
Get $100 rebate on birds. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So $219 is not a bad price at all for that, and that's a good solid gun, good solid carry. Fuck.
And it's Beretta. I mean,
yeah,
you can't beat Beretta name.
Yeah, that is
outfit's ready too.
Mm-hmm. That's the kind of deals I would expect from anyone so-called doing a Black Friday deal.
I agree. I am in the same boat as that. That is
because it's like I noticed on PSA when they have like their Blim AKs or whatever, you know, they'll have it at like $5.99, and then I saw another one in an email for a Black Friday deal, the same price. I'm like, that's not a Black Friday deal. That's your normal, typical, everyday deal that you offer.
Yeah.
Now, if you slice, you know, $100 to $150 off of that for a Black Friday deal, that would be more appetizing.
Different situation then.
Exactly.
So, no, I agree with you there. I'm actually seeing what else they have for deals. I see something 6 hour deals.
I've got so many fucking emails lately from random companies I haven't even ventured to their website. So
my problem is like there's so many websites that I signed up like a long time ago on, was like, oh yeah, let me check out your website, and it's like, oh, like we'll send you a coupon, just like share your email. It's like, okay, whatever. And I was looking around and I was like, I don't really feel like buying anything right now. And then just for whatever reason, like I completely forgot they existed until this time of year when they're like, oh, come buy our shit.
yeah,
like, I don't remember who you were.
There's some that I won't even really go to even peruse their site just because they're always so fucking expensive. You know, like tactical shit or Brownells. You know, Brownells you might catch a deal every once in a while, but usually their shit's fucking overpriced.
Yeah. Yeah. Roland Tripp says, I run mine only suppressed. It can easily run 1,000 rounds in between clean the pistol. My Browning and Ruger can barely make it through 4 max before needing a brush. Hands off our jobs, 120%.
I don't know much. I know the company. I just don't know much about how good their products are. But Odin Tactical or whatever they're called, Odin Works. They are having a 25% off of all Rise armament, 3 to 3.5 pound drop-in triggers.
That's not bad. Odin Works. I mean, I have no idea how their triggers are and stuff, but I mean,
Yeah,
again, like we were talking last night, I had a drop-in trigger on my first carbine that I built, and it was great. So,
mhm.
that's good stuff then. I saw someone, I think it was Grumpy, had put in there like 511 has discounts. I mean, I know 511 is good shit. Don't get me wrong, but when I was out in Arizona, I went to a 511 store a couple of times, and like, holy shit, it is the Gucciest of Gucci. Everyone thinks they're an operator. Like,
Yep. Mhm.
holy fuck.
And
And it
the
was
shit's
like,
overpriced.
and that was the thing. It was like, here's this backpack, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And like, don't get me wrong, high quality, very well made, very durable. It should be, but I'm like, I don't need a laptop bag that's $200. Just
No.
not something that I need. Like my laptop bag, I got for free, but it was like less than $100. It's like heavy duty leather. Like that thing, I've sent it through airport security. They fucking thrown it all over the place, and they've destroyed all my other luggage. That thing keeps on kicking. So I'm not too worried about its durability compared to like the $200 511 Gucci gray man laptop bag. And I'm like, oh, okay. Again, it has additional stuff like cool guy, high speed, low drag shit in it, whatever. If you can get 511 gear discount enough, then get it. I just won't. I never like aim to go get 511 gear because I'm not a YouTube gun celebrity yet that has a shit ton of money. And even not all of them are rocking that stuff, but yeah, outside of that, I'm trying to think if I saw any other deals anyplace.
Yeah, I'm actually going through emails right now, seeing because I've got a bunch of new emails, and I hate it because twice already, like Lone Wolf Arms sent me an email saying now up to 75% off site wide, but I click on it and it takes me to a fucking jewelry site.
They check Classic firearms.
Classic.
I've been getting emails from Classic, and I haven't seen anything on there that was worth my time, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah, same here.
Like, nothing that I saw. Like, when I first fired open the one email today, again, they had some, like, police trade in Glocks that I was like, oh, those aren't terrible prices. And I was like, but I mean, don't get me wrong. They're good discount prices, but they're normal discount prices. They're not, like, above and beyond discount prices. So,
and like we already
yeah.
see, those police trade-ins. I got that's how I got my Glock 21 was from Ames, and I was a police trade-in, and it was $399. Now Black Friday, if you took it down to $299, that's a better deal. So
yeah, and that's the thing. I think I saw on Classics. Because I think they had a 21. I want to say it was like 379 beans or something like that. I was like, that's a great price. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like a mind blowing. I need to hop on that right now price.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't get me wrong. I did sit there and debate it for a hot second. I was like, should I? I was like, again, I'm gonna wait till I go to my local, see what they have. If they don't have anything at all that interests me, then I might hop on, Classic or Palmetto or whatever and check them out. But I'll be right back. You guys keep talking. I'll still be on here. I just gotta go handle something.
I've got so many freaking emails. I'm trying to look. I'm not really seeing any like mind blowing deals.
I'm also getting stuff mixed in with the emails. Like I'm getting random shit of like, oh, here's our new video we dropped that has nothing to do with Black Friday, but
exactly. It's just why send an email out, especially if around this time people are waiting for all the Black Friday deal emails to come through, and you're just wanting to put out bullshit. It's fucking comical.
Right here, Makarov. No, not that good idea. Never mind.
Yeah.
How much were the Macs going for? Like 5?
Hey, wait, 4 Regal plate, 480 beans, 450 beans.
Oh yeah, 450 is not worth. Especially because
No,
you can head over to Atlantic right now. You can get a CZ82 for four. I think I saw it for 420 beans, and the CZ82 is a better Makarov. Sorry, it is. It's not as cool as a Makarov. I get it, but it's a better trigger and tire capacity, so it's better.
true. And I think Classic had just the Makarov by itself for, I want to say 419. But the best deal that I've seen for a Mac was, and I didn't have the money at the time. It still pisses me off because it happened twice. They had the deal twice. It was a Makarov that came with an extra mag, so you got two. It came with a holster and like a sling for your little lanyard loop, and it was for $399. And I was like, "Fuck you and fuck your timing."
You know what, Grumpy? I hate you for one aspect of this. First off, yes, Meatspin.com always has great Black Friday deals. So if you want to check those out, go to Meatspin.com. But also, Grumpy
Well,
just put in
that site's
what?
no more though. Did you hear?
No.
Yeah, that site's no longer active.
Oh.
I know, it's a bummer. Where we're gonna get our gas mask needs now.
Oh no.
I just well then Grumpy put in there Bud K, and I completely forgot Bud K exists, and now I'm on here and it says save up to 70% off plus take an extra 20% off. And now I'm on Bud K's website going down a rabbit hole of shit I don't need.
It's like, here, we'll give you free shit if you just, cruise our websites and shit.
God damn it. I fucking hate it so much, but at the same time, I'm like, oh yeah, I really need a sword.
Don't need one.
Like I'm legitimately looking at a broadsword right now for $200, and I'm like, oh well, with the deal, like that's that's a saving. There's a value there. What else do they have on here for? Let me see what all they got for Black Friday sales. Let's see.
I forgot Bud K even exists too.
So yeah, like every couple of years someone mentions it, I'm like, oh yeah, Bud K, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forget that this is a thing, and then someone will mention it again, and I'm like, huh, here I am, where I don't want to be.
I don't know anything about this company, but Delta Team Tactical has an upper from Davison Defense. It's appears to be a full upper 5.56 16-inch barrel for $254.99.
For how much?
$254.99 when it's normally $569.99. It's got the old M16 style carry handle on the top. And
it's a complete upper?
It's a complete upper.
It's not a bad deal. I mean, I don't know anything about the company either, so I wouldn't be able to sit there and tell you, like, oh yeah, this is great, you should buy it, because I have no fucking clue.
Exactly. So when it comes to stuff like that I don't know the name, I'd rather just stick to someone I do know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, do your research.
Read Grumpy's last message.
I saw it. Yeah, I did see Tractor Supply has a 20-gun safe for $350. It's one of the downsides of no longer living in Arizona, because when I lived in Arizona, we had Big Fives, we had Tractor Supplies, there's another, it's like a Fleet and Farm. We had all those things around, so you could get some really cool stuff out here. We had a Tractor Supply up in Scranton. I don't think it still exists, to be honest. So it's like, well, that sucks. So, not that I really am looking to buy a safe right now anyway, but still,
I mean, honestly, I could use, even if it's just like a cheap gun locker like what Matt has, but they're fucking expensive for what they are.
Yeah,
Same.
I would push heavy.
Well, that's my biggest thing is getting a safe up to where I'm at is
gonna be a pain.
up into my apartment. So like I'm waiting till I move to a house where I can just be like, and I'd have room because like right now where I'm at, I really don't have room for a safe. Like unless it was like in my living room, which then kind of defeats the purpose of having a safe where shit's hidden.
Right.
You know, I want to have something that's a little bit more secure, a little bit more out of sight type stuff. So, I'm literally just digging through here at Bud K to see.
See what you're gonna,
Well,
how much you're gonna spend there.
yeah, seeing how much stupid shit I'm gonna buy. Like, oh yeah, I need a spear. There's a sword here. Like,
1 hour later, $800 in debt to Bud K.
yeah, there's like folding solar chargers. I'm like, oh, these are good things to have. Like,
Mm-hmm. And next, all of a sudden, you'll get like a box with like 300 items in there.
exactly. Like that's what's gonna happen. Like, oh, a shield. Like, oh, I don't know. That's what I should buy. Good thing is I'm not falling for the stupid like knives and well, I shouldn't say I'm not falling for it because I'm looking at swords. But yeah. So I know, super invigorating chat, everybody. I know.
No, I thought yeah. Grumpy says Academy has a 16 gun cabinet with shelves in it for $200. It's a stack on.
Not bad.
Yeah. Yell at my dog. That's not a bad deal for $200. That's pretty much worth it. Again, like my biggest issue is, I think those stack-ons are pretty light because I think they're just like a they're more of a cabinet than a safe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that wouldn't be too bad to get up here. Like a full-on safe is like I look at when I moved my like my couch up and the help I needed for that. I'm like, yeah, I can only imagine moving a safe up 3 flights of stairs. Like,
yeah, it's
even if I have a dolly, but I don't want to use that.
I mean, we had a dolly and it broke the dolly.
Exactly.
So.
Those safes are incredibly heavy. Plus, I personally, with you being on top, I wouldn't trust the floor to be strong enough because that could go all the way through every fucking floor and to the bottom.
Oh, same point of my house. My house is built in the 20s and don't have no foundation.
Yeah, I mean, for like mine, again, you know, and having a safe, granted, yeah, just having it there is great. But like, if I'm gonna get one, like I want to probably like bolt it in or something like that, and I can't really do that here because, like in my closet, the piping comes for like all the heat comes in the one side, and that like wraps around. So I'm like, I can't really. I mean, granted, I'm sure there's a way around, you know, the pipes or whatever, but like. Ideally, that's where that safe would go, and I'm like, I can't really put it in there. Plus, there's really not room for it, so I'm just like, you know what? Wait till I move. Like my firearms, for the most part, are hidden anyways. Like, so, you know, they're just not in any sort of
I've
cool
got a
safe, which again, I'd love to have, but
I could easily just put it in. I could bolt it to the concrete. I've got multiple fucking closets in my house that I could just commandeer one. Like right now, I got a closet in my living room that I've taken over for overflow of gun stuff, whether it's extra guns and pistols and ammunition. I've got ammo cans in there. I could easily clear that out and just put a safe inside of it.
That's what I did. Like I have smaller safes for like smaller stuff. I just don't have full on gun safes. So and I did the same thing. I bought like a cabinet thing that Rolling Trip says I've got a Liberty safe in the garage. I couldn't get them up the steps. I ended up to buy a smaller one for my closet. Mine is 790 pounds without anything in it. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And like I also have to worry about like dimensions and things like that because I have to bring it up a very like it's actual like stairways. So you have to go up and then like round a very tight corner down a hallway, then round up. Like it's a pain in the ass. So
no point even doing it.
Yeah. So wait till I move and then I can just put on like the ground floor, the basement or whatever, and I have direct in and out access. That's my mindset on it. So.
Yeah, 100%. I'd wait too.
But Ugh. And by the way, folks, we're probably going to keep this to around an hour tonight. I know I say this every single week, but I am actually trying to do that this week because I still have to finish packing and shit because I have to head up north in the morning very early to get up to my parents who are an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So I got to wrap that stuff up here tonight.
What I
but
really need is ammo and that type of stuff. Reload.
I need more ammo too, but again, I'm also on the side of like when I moved out here, like there's some good ammo deals right before I moved. I'm like I don't want to move with extra. Like it was a pain to move with what I had. Never mind an extra couple, hundreds of rounds of ammo. And I'm in the same boat. Like when I move again, I don't want to move with a shit ton of ammo. So like once I secure down a place, and it's not like I'm going to the range a ton while I'm here. Like I haven't gone to the range at all since I got back. I might have gone once. I think I went once. But so like it's not like I'm shooting enough to really justify buying a ton of extra ammo. So
Yeah.
now again, like if I find some smoking deal on Black Friday, that could all change. We'll see what happens, but because there's some stuff I need to restock on a couple boxes, but it's like literally a couple boxes. It's not like I need to buy 1,000 or 2,000 rounds or whatever at a time. So,
well, here, Pro Armory, I'm not sure where they're located, but they have 500 rounds of PMC bronze 9mm 115 grain full metal jacket for and then you can only get one box, but it's $106. Equates to 21.2 cents a round.
that would be worth it. Because I'm thinking right now, what did I spend for a box of 50 last? I think for a box of 50, I want to say I spent maybe like $20 or something like that. So I mean, may even been a little bit more than that. So you figure if you were to buy that all out, 500 rounds, that's 10 boxes. Yeah, that'd be over $200. So yeah, half the price. So.
And right here, Norma 9mm FMJ 115 grain. Even comes with a free ammo can, $212.99 from Century Ammo. This is on ammoseek.com. So
Nice.
That's 1,000 rounds for $212.99. That's about the cheapest I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap. I can grab some more 9mm. What I need to get is I need to get myself some more 308, some more 45, and some more 5.56 is really what I need to stock up on.
Same here.
But
I've been getting a little every time I can.
That's what I like. That's what I do. Like when I go up to the shop, even when I buy something, like usually I'll buy a box of ammo on top of it just to be like, whatever. And even if I don't buy anything, like even if I go in there and I'm not buying a gun, like I went to those two shops, 2 months ago, something like September. I think it was September, and they had astronomical prices on their firearms, but I bought a box of ammo from each because I'm like, you know what, at least I can buy some ammo and I can walk out of here with extra ammo to go home with. So Grumpy says, if you're missing some holes in your preps, becoming a member of REI is a good move for bags, boots, tents, miscellaneous camping stuff. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, join your big box places, see what they have running for Black Friday sales. I'm waiting for the post because almost all these places, like even your regular grocery stores and shit, like right after Thanksgiving, a ton of stuff, like all this stuff they stock super high for Thanksgiving time, all goes on sale. So I like to always right after Thanksgiving kind of do a lot of my shopping then when they're like trying to liquidate some shit that they're like, oh, we don't want to keep this on the shelves for so long. I love going, like last year I went and I bought turkeys because they had turkeys on sale for like 49 cents a pound. And so I bought a couple turkeys, like, why not?
You're right.
You know, and I did some other preps and stuff at the time. You know, whatever I could fit in the freezer, I bought. So, but
Yeah, I think everyone should have at least a big deep freeze, like
I'd
7.
love I'd love a big chest freezer. That's one thing I would really love to have. And I have room for it and I have the space, but I didn't want to move out with one. And then when I
Right.
got out here, I couldn't find them at a decent price. I was like, oh, Walmart will get them back. Because I remember right before I moved, they had them at Walmart for, I think it was like 139 or something, like $140, right? I was like,
That's
oh,
not bad.
I just don't want to move with one. Wasn't anything crazy. It was like a 5 cubic foot chest freezer or whatever.
Mhm.
Like nothing crazy, but definitely better than, nothing. And I was like, oh, that's actually perfect because it's small enough. Like I can fit in a smaller kitchen, whatever. I was like, I just don't want to move with it. And like it was one extra thing I had to, load up into a truck and move. And I was like, oh, once I move out here, I can just go down to local Walmart, whatever. And no, like they didn't have them. And I saw this past weekend one. It's the first one I've seen, and they're now $190. And I was like,
Damn it.
like son of a bitch. I was like, well, for that price, I might as well spend a couple extra bucks, buy one on Amazon, have them ship it to my house. Like I don't have to worry about Walmart shipping it. Like, because either way, I'm gonna have to ship it. I don't have a way to transport it here. I can't load it up in my car. So I'm like, fuck, I might as well just do that. Like, but then I'm like, again, why am I gonna haul a freezer all the fucking way up here to put in here for, and load it up and then have to move a loaded freezer again down 3 flights of stairs and out when I'm
Not
just
worth it. Same thing with the
I'm
gun.
just gonna be moving hopefully in a couple months. So
Grumpy posted something for you.
yeah, I saw seeing a 7 cubic foot for 200 beans. Where are you seeing that at?
That's not a bad deal. I've got a 7 cubic foot deep freeze, and I love it.
That's not bad at
I'm
all.
actually thinking about getting another one.
I keep hoping that my parents are just gonna give up theirs. So my parents have had, and it's not chest freezer, which I do prefer the chest freezers opposed to the standing freezers.
Oh, you don't want the standing ones because if you open it, all that cold air just washes right out.
If power out and it's still good, stay.
I know, but it's still better than nothing. But they
True.
have one that they've had for years, and like they've brought it house to house to house. And right now they keep it, like they keep stuff in it, but they don't have anything in their regular freezer. Like the last time I was at their house, I went into their regular freezer to put something in there, and I'm like, this, because it's fridge on one side, freezer on the other, and I opened it up. I'm like, there's fucking nothing in here. Like all their shit's in the chest freezer. I'm like, fucking take your shit out of the chest freezer and put it in here, and then put other like reserve shit in the chest freezer, or give me the chest freezer. Like, again, I wouldn't have a way of getting it up here to begin with. So
you could always, couldn't you just have it, buy it and ship it to your parents where it's somewhere that you don't have to move it? Because aren't you moving closer to them, right?
I am moving closer to them, but I'd have to, even if I shipped it to their place, I'd still have to pull it down into their basement, and then get it out of their basement. And their basement's already filled with so much shit that's mine that I don't want to take the extra steps on them to be like, hey, let me keep this shit at your house because you have room for, like, because they rent a place also. So it's like, it's one extra step. Don't Poke the Bear says, angry, first time catching the show. In a while. Thanks to OT at work. Did I miss the functional strength video? No, I have not covered the functional strength yet because I haven't done another fitness chat yet. I'll probably do that here in between the holidays though. So keep posted for that. We will do a functional strength video. Just 10B says, evening all, evening. Grumpy says 3.5 cubic foot Best Buy 159. That's not great. It's not terrible. I mean, again, a 3.5 cubic foot's better than nothing, and for $160, I mean, you can get it in places. So,
but if you only spent $40 more, you'd get a 7.
Yeah, that's true. So it really kind of depends. It depends how. Yeah, it depends what you got room for. Like I have friends of mine with apartments that like they could probably maybe get a 3.5 cubic foot chest freezer in there. So like something like that's perfect for them. Me in my current place, I have room for a 5 or probably even a 7. So Ola Matthias.
Rolling Trip has a good point. You could always get like a temporary storage unit to store some of your stuff closer to your folks with the deep freeze in it.
I could.
I don't know how much they go for up there, but I know where I'm at, storage units aren't fucking nothing.
I honestly haven't even looked because I was thinking about that too. If I end up buying a bike instead of trying to keep it at their place, because like so. Their rental situation they live in a half double. The landlord owns both sides of the house, obviously. There's one family that lives on one side, they live on the other. And the family that lives on the other side, real nice family. It's an older couple, like pretty well off to do, and in the back of the house is a 3-bay garage. Well, the 3 bays of the garage, all 3 bays are owned by the other people that live there. Like they rent those out. Now, I don't know how the prices are broken down, like what my parents pay compared to those people. But I know they use 1 bay because the guy has a car and an SUV. So they use in a van. He has like a work van. So they use 1 bay for his car. The other 2 bays is just like stored, like it's just packed with shit. Mm-hmm. I guess he rents them out, like he sub-rents them out. I don't know how that works. So I was like, well, fuck. I was like, if I get a bike or something like that, I could, like originally my idea was, I'll just ask him. I'll rent out a bay of the garage. Everything will be great. I can use it for lots of storage, whatever. And then I found out he's renting both those bays out already. I'm like, oh, fuck, there goes that idea. So I may end up just looking to a storage. I got to see what's up there, like what's near them, what prices are going for. Grumpy says that's for you so you can stop complaining about moving it. That's fair. Yeah, 3.5 cubic foot would fit up my stairs easily. Yep. That wouldn't be an issue. I could get a 3.5 cubic foot up there. My problem's not. I could get a 5 cubic foot up here, no problem. Like the ones they had at Walmart would come up these stairs, no issues.
Well, hey,
it's shipping it here.
$10 more for what he said for the 3.5 for 169.
Yeah.
Or what was it? 169 or 150? No, it was 159. Yeah.
159.
I just found one on Walmart for $169, and it's a 5 cubic foot chest freezer.
Okay, so that's probably the one I saw in store that was like 180 or whatever, or 190.
It's a little bit bigger and only $10 more.
Yeah, that's worth it. I can get that moved up. Moving up the stairs isn't the problem. It's getting it from the store here that's the problem. I mean, granted, I can have it shipped. That's not a big deal. It's more the pain in the ass when moving it out of here, because the whole purpose of it being up here is to fill it with shit, and then have to move that shit with the freezer out. That's going to be the pain. Because I know just moving here cross country, like I had a like my freezer got packed full of stuff here, like my freezer I have in the unit, and just moving that stuff plus my dry goods and all that stuff was
a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, here's a 1.1 cubic foot upright freezer for $129.
The fuck is that's like a mini fridge. That's not even a mini fridge. It's like a trash bag. Like
I had that kind of up one on Grumpy. That was funny.
That's like it's like a trash can. That's like they threw some ice in. Just 10B says, I live in an apartment right now. A single car garage is almost half what I pay rent. If it were cheaper, I would have freezer down there. Yeah, I know, like, I've looked at renting garages. They're so goddamn expensive. So, Grumpy, when I move again, I'm going to be moving north. So it's about, pending traffic, 1.5 to 2 hour drive each way. It's a little over 100 miles. So, but depending on where exactly I want to move. Like, I mean, it's 100 miles to, it's about 100, well, like 115, 120 miles to my parents, someplace around there. And then ideally, I'd like to go a little bit north. So they're off the highway there this way. I'd like to go a little bit north. So it's about the same. But again, like if I find someplace a little bit out further in the country, I may have to add like 10, 15 miles onto it. So, no, anywhere between like 120 to 140, 50 miles, ballpark, is where I'd be moving that far away. So I'm gonna do it smarter this next time. Like I'm obviously not gonna do it all in one shot. I'm gonna do like I'm up there every fucking weekend just about as it is. So I'm just gonna do a lot of smaller trips, like get rid of my stuff I don't really need a ton of, slowly move in as much as possible, but then the bigger stuff I'm gonna have to move in a truck. So when you move your frozen food, get a 60 cooler and food will keep itself cold. That's what I did last time. I just loaded up in coolers. I had freezer bags. I bought a bunch of those like disposable, those like styrofoam coolers. I moved it. Like, don't get me wrong, you can move. It's just extra steps and trips and shit that I don't want to have to deal with. Like, I already got to move so much. Like, I like to think of myself as not having a lot of shit, and I already got to move a ton of. Like when I moved in here, I didn't realize how much shit I had until I moved. I was like, oh,
yeah.
There's a lot of like you don't realize how much you move until you like how much you have until you move. Like how many boxes shit goes like. Because I remember I was packing up originally in Arizona. I was like, I have my bedroom, I have some furniture in the living room, like my couches. My couch is probably the biggest thing because I have a big sectional. I have like a TV stand, a TV. I'm like, oh yeah, and then I got some stuff in the pantry and like some stuff in the freezer. That's not a big deal. And like didn't even think to me like plates, cups, glasses, and like I left a bunch of shit too. Like I left a ton of stuff. And I still filled up not the largest U-Haul truck, but the next size down, whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't remember what size that is though.
Yeah, I want to say it was like 24 or something like that. 24 foot maybe.
It's still a good size truck though.
Yeah, it was still a good size. And like, granted, some of that stuff was heavies, but like heavy legitimately I think had 3 totes worth of shit and like a computer chair, and he didn't even bring his desk because he didn't need to. Yeah, he had like 3 totes worth of shit, and then he loaded up his car. Like, trust me, you'll never have enough room. I had a 24 by 30 shop built, and I don't have a ton of room to move around in it. Yeah, it's like when I have space, and I don't even consider myself again a hoarder, but like just stuff acquires. Just 10B. Anyone have experience with shelf-stable fruit, vegetables, or powdered milk? So powdered milk, I keep. I have no issues at all with. I mean, I have powdered milk I've had for years, and it's fine.
I also like going to like we have here what's called Dollar Tree, and they sell this shelf-stable milk that's good for I think it's like a couple months. It's Gosner. It's whole milk, or you can get like fat or reduced milk, whatever. That shit's pretty damn good too. Pet milk in cans is really good. I mean, especially in the pinch.
Yeah, I do a lot of so I have the powdered milk, but then I also have evaporated milk because you can just add water and make a ton more milk out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff lasts fucking ever as long as the can stays in good shape. When it comes to fruits, vegetables, fruit-wise, I don't I don't stock up a lot of fruit. Vegetables, I mean, I have canned vegetables out the wazoo that are, I mean, I've opened up canned vegetables from 4 or 5 years ago, and they're so good.
As long as the cans aren't, dented.
Damaged.
Yeah, any damage.
Even if they're dented, as long as like you can open them up and they're not like, I mean, you smell it. Like literally, the sniff test will let you know. So,
100%.
Grumpy says when you're moving, get a long bed. They're decently cheaper than an enclosed truck. Yeah, if someplace would rent a long bed, that's the pain in the ass is finding a place around that rents it.
Do you have something you could pull a trailer with though?
No. I just have my car, so. Now, the nice thing is being up here, though, I do have friends that have trailers and trucks and stuff like that could come down and help me load stuff up. So it won't be that. From that standpoint, it'll all depend on everyone's availability if I get a U-Haul or not. But
fucking grumpy.
Angry is going to get scurvy. I'll tell you what. I mean, I've legitimately opened cans of, and Heavy can attest to this. Like, we had cans of chili when we were leaving that we had bought like the first week we moved in. We were there for about 5 years, and I remember when we were leaving the one night, I was like, "Ah, fuck!" Like, I packed a bunch of my food. Like, I don't have anything to eat. Like normal, like cook out of the fridge type food, right? I was like, "Ah, well, here's a can of chili. I'll just open this up and like, eat it or whatever." He's like, "Check the date on that because I think it was in there for a while." And I looked at it, I was like, "That's my 5 years old." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." Opened it up, fucking fine. Didn't have any
Yep.
issues.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like one or two. So
They just have to put a sell by date or a use by date on there
oh yeah,
for some
There's-
stupid regulation.
I
and
think
shit.
if
We
I
used to do
remember
that-
right,
back when I worked at GNC, we used to throw, because my store was such a low volume store. Like we were lucky if we got 4 customers a day. It was in the back of a shopping mall that no one went to. It sucked. So a lot of our stuff, like we would throw out shit constantly because you had to write it like, oh, it's used by date or whatever, it's sell by date. And so you discount it heavily, and that's most of the stuff we sold. Was people would come in, they'd see, what was super discounted, they'd buy that. A lot of it we threw out. And so thus we had to write it all off and take it out to the dumpster behind the shop. So you would put it outside and be like, "Oh yes, I'll take this to the dumpster." And then at the end of your shift, you just drive around and throw it on the back of your car. And for a long time, like when I was on unemployment, I sold that shit. Like people were constantly like, "Hey man, you got any protein?" I'm like, "I have fucking 50 bags of protein in my house that are usually, $50 a piece or $40 a piece. Like, give me I'll give it to you half off." "Oh, great." And like, it was perfectly good. And I used that stuff for years afterwards, and it was still perfectly fine.
One thing that pisses me off about that, there's a lot of states that I've heard of that actually outlaw dumpster diving, quote unquote dumpster diving, because
Really?
I know here in Texas it's kind of iffy. If you get caught, you may face something, but I think it's retarded because these companies will throw good, not only food but clothes, houseware, you name it. They throw the shit away. And it's gotten so bad that now when they throw that away, they'll cut up the merchandise. They'll either throw a bunch of paint on everything so
They
it can't.
destroy it, yeah.
They destroy it, and it's like, why the fuck are you going to go to that lengths when there are people out there that could use this shit, and you already wrote it off. You essentially got paid for it already.
Yep.
What's the harm of letting someone else enjoy this free
Use it.
merchandise that's just going to go to the landfill anyways if no one knows it's there?
Exactly. Yeah, we used like everything was pretty much salvaged by us. And again, like I sold the stuff for years. Like a lot of times when I didn't have extra money, it was like that was paying for gas money and shit. Like it was great. And then to speak to the dumpster diving aspect, I remember back when I was a kid, like my dad, he ran the flea market, and he would go out on trash days to like the nice neighborhoods, and he'd drive around like people that just left shit out in the trash or like out on the curb, and he'd find great stuff that's like, this is perfectly good, and like he'd throw it in the back of the truck or whatever, and then he'd resell it at the flea market. Like,
yep. I found shit sitting on the side of the road that I've just put a little bit of work into, painting it or sanding it, and use it or sell to someone else.
100%. So just 10B, I'm up in Pennsylvania, so I don't know, a couple of my friends go down to Florida every year. It's usually about a 24 to 26 hour drive, depending on where in Florida. I mean, if they're going super, like, usually they don't go too far south, so they're going all the way south. Obviously it's more, but, yeah, so.
Speaking of Heavy, where's he been? He ain't been in any of the chats lately.
He pops in now and then. Well, not on the chats themselves. Like, he'll pop in the side comments. I actually got to send him a message one of these days. And I messaged him on text not too long ago, and he was doing pretty well. I think he's Missouri, I want to say he's located at, if I remember correctly. Missouri, yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe I'll send him a link to one of these chats coming up. I don't know what his hours and stuff look like with his job because I know he got a new job when he moved out there and everything. So I don't know what his hours and stuff look like, but he's still kicking. He's still around and everything. As I said, texted him probably a couple months ago now. So I think he left, Matt's chats and stuff during the whole, not to get into it, but the
All that.
The you know who issue.
the term,
Yep.
yeah, the challenging time. So,
Understandably.
if someone gets it and you write it off, IRS considers it a donation.
Yeah, I mean, see,
There you go.
that's why I don't understand why they're so much of a dick about just destroying shit that they're throwing away.
Well, that was how GNC was like, because GNC, it came to light that some managers were doing. Because I was looking up, I was in a strip mall, so like we had full availability, and like again, right next to us was a baby care center for mentally handicapped kids. So they closed at like 3 every day. Like we closed at 5, and during Christmas time, holidays, we were open later. So we were open till I think it was 7, if I remember correctly. And then on the other side of us was a vacant store, and then there was a Verizon, and like a Verizon, a pizza shop, and then like nothing, and then a bank way down at the end. So like our side of the strip mall, because then the other side was like a grocery store and like some other stuff over here, but like our side, there was nothing. So the dumpster out back, you opened the back door to the store, and like you could see the dumpsters maybe 50 feet away. And so we would just usually throw everything right by the door, and you could just swing your car around afterwards and pick up whatever. And I used to give my employees stuff all the time and just kind of let them know, like, hey, I didn't give this to you, like it went in the trash. Because the store managers that were in the mall, a couple of them got caught walking out with bags of product that was written off, and they got in trouble because, well, you're not allowed to take this stuff, it has to be destroyed. It's like, why? Like, it's already going in the trash. Like, this is already stuff that is considered by you garbage and has no value to you. Who cares if someone else takes it? So.
Right, exactly.
The babies get into GNC in the bacon stores and get all jacked doing parking lot workouts. So one of the funniest stories about that place. So in our strip mall, again, on like my side, there's those stores, and then there's the grocery store and some other stores. And like there is a what's that really, Burlington Coat Factory, like way down at the end. But over by the Burlington, there's a Chinese food place, and I don't know why. Like, there's dumpsters obviously every so many whatever behind these stores, right? But by our dumpster, because it kind of like backed up to, there's a field, like there's a little hill, and then there's a field, and then there was the municipal airport, or like the little like private plane airport or whatever.
Mhm.
So our dumpster constantly, shit ton of cats. All the time there's a ton of cats. To the point where like someone was feeding them constantly. Like there's always like empty cans of tuna around it and everything. So someone was feeding them. And then one day I go to take out just normal garbage, and I open the door and I go to walk out, and there's a Chinese food restaurant guy like looking around the dumpster, and I was just like, I'm never getting Chinese food from that place ever again. Like, I don't know what he was doing. For all I know, he was just feeding the cats. But I know he was hanging out by our dumpster for whatever reason. But I was just like, and like he saw me and he started like walking off, and I'm like, that seems shady. We trashed that store. It's no longer there. That was good times. Good times in my early 20s. But anyways, on that story, I think I am going to call it quits. I appreciate everyone who showed up. Thank you very much. We will be back next week, hopefully with some more. We'll probably do a mix of, scenario stuff, as well as I know I owe Don't Poke the Bear. I know I got to get you some. I know you wanted to do a video on the functional strength stuff. If you want to come onto the chat too, by the way, like just again, hit me up on Discord so I know that you want a link, and I'm happy to send a link to anyone if you want to join in on the conversation. But that being said, if you have any other topics that you want to talk about, drop them down below, and we will address them. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Hope everyone has an amazing Thanksgiving. Again, I probably won't be on the chat tomorrow night, so hope you all have a great Thanksgiving with all your friends and everything like that. Friends, family, all that stuff. Yes, pee in the fridge. We love Spank Strange. Everything Honda says is legit. Yes, 100%. So hope you all have a good one. Check in with you later.
Later, y'all.
Later.